only is Bristol a city, but it is also a ceremonial county and unitary authority. It is situated on the River Avon and is bordered by the ceremonial counties of Gloucestershire to the north and Somerset to the south. It is the most populous city in southwest England and became one in 1542, as well as a ceremonial county in 1996, and with a population of 470,000 approximately. There is a sizable ethnic population of 15%. It is home to the famed graffiti artist Banksy of the cartoon Wallace and Gromit, as well as some of Brunel's greatest feats of engineering, the Clifton Suspension Bridge and the SS Great Britain, an international hot air balloon festival, and a top-notch university, namely the University of Bristol. Hi, I'm John and welcome to John's Box, my YouTube channel, and to another edition of 10 largest English cities, their pluses and minuses. Today we focus on the 8th largest, this is the 3rd edition by the way, of 10 parts, and it's the city of Bristol, which has been a city since 1542, so it's one of the oldest cities with city status, and has a population of approximately 430,000. I've personally visited it a dozen or more times since it's relatively close to the town which I come from, which is Swindon, incidentally. But yeah, Bristol certainly is fascinating, as you'll see, really diverse, and has its, of course, pluses and minuses. So we're going to look at, first of all, its pluses, then some fun facts, and then we're going to look at the minuses of living in this city. So sit back and relax and enjoy what you see. Bristol might be a modern metropolitan city, but you're never far from another city, country, or sea. By city, perhaps Bath, country, Wales, and you've got the Bristol Channel, which leads into the Atlantic Ocean. Bristolians are spoiled for choice with green spaces in and around the city. Whether you enjoy walking, picnicking, or nature watching, you'll find the perfect place to unwind on the Downs, at Ashton Court, or around Blaise Castle. If you prefer to get around on two wheels, why not test yourself on the challenging Ashton Pill or River Severn cycle loops, pootle along the Harbourside and Festival Way, or tackle the famous Bristol and Bath Railway Path, a 13-mile traffic-free cycle path to the historic Georgian city of Bath. When it comes to the seaside, you don't even need to leave the city to make the most of life on the water. The floating harbour is the beating heart of the city. Enjoy a leisurely harbour cruise with friends, explore the historic SS Great Britain, or paddle under your own steam by renting a canoe or kayak. Bristol's modern economy is built on the creative media, technology, aerospace and engineering industries. With the UK's strongest digital ecosystem outside of London, it is also the incubator for amazing new startups. Bristol is also a city of education, with students from all walks of life and from over 130 different countries, encouraging a diverse and creative community. The University of Bristol is one of the most popular and successful universities in the UK, ranked 62 in the world in the QS World University Rankings of 2022. There's a whole lot of great food on offer in Bristol. From vibrant street eats to the fine dining scene, incredible chefs across the city offer a myriad of cuisines to tempt every palate, with a proud emphasis on independent eateries and locally sourced produce. Bristol also has a great reputation for vegetarian restaurants and has been named UK Vegan Capital for 3 successive years. Bristol is the shopping capital of the southwest and a shopaholic stream. You'll find plenty of high street staples within the city's shopping quarter around Broadmead and Cabot Circus, lining Park Street, or out of town at the Mall and Cribbs Causeway. If you'd like some history whilst you shop, then head over to the Old City, Old Market, or to the magical Christmas Steps. You'll find posh boutiques in Clifton Village, while Stokes Croft and the Gloucester Road together form Europe's longest street of independent retailers, and the perfect place to pick up some vintage fashion.
Keep me in your heart till I come to you.
Whether you're into museums, Brunel or Banksy, Bristol offers something for everyone. Laugh out loud, ha ha ha, at the Bristol Improv Theatre. Visit the Bristol Old Vic, the oldest continuously running theatre in the UK, or catch a show every night of the week at the Tobacco Factory, the Redgrave, the Wardrobe, or the Bristol Hippodrome. Take a stroll through the city centre and discover Bristol's abundance of brilliant buildings, from the medieval cathedral to the neo-Gothic Wills Memorial Building. Climb Brandon Hill and take a view from the top of the 105-foot Cabot Tower, I don't know what that is in metric, or step out along the docks that were once the heart of a global trading network. Explore what life was like on the high seas aboard either the SS Great Britain or the Matthew. But nowhere says Bristol more than the city's most recognisable landmark, i.e. the Clifton Suspension Bridge. Designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel and completed in 1864, the bridge is a Grade 1 listed building and the 7th most popular spot for photos in the UK. Bristol has a festival for pretty much everything. For music lovers, there's the Downs Bristol Valley Fest and Love Saves the Day, or the UK's largest festival, the world-famous Glastonbury, which is just down the road in Somerset. Other annual events include St Paul's Carnival, the Bristol Harbour Festival, Upfest, Europe's largest graffiti and street art festival, and the iconic Bristol International Balloon Fiesta, which sees over 100 hot air balloons take off from Ashton Court Estate each year. Bristolians have a well-earned reputation for being friendly and welcoming. Research also confirms Bristol's kindness credentials. A survey by the charity 52 Lives found that Bristol is the kindest city in the UK, with the highest average number of good deeds per person per year, making the city a nature home, or rather natural home, for everyone in the community. Thank you, Bristolians, for being so kind. The first bungee jump took place from the suspension bridge on the 1st of April 1979, and it wasn't an April Fool's, when a member of Oxford University's Dangerous Sports Club bungee jumped from the Clifton Suspension Bridge, and a new sport was born around the world. Bristol has Temple Church, which is its own leaning tower, which is just 1 degree less than the Leaning Tower of Pisa at 2.7 degrees. So save yourself the time and stay in Bristol. Surely there's a downside to living and visiting Bristol. Oh yes, and here's a few for you, and I'm going to get a bit sarky by the way. Public bus services suffer from being unreliable. Delays, cancellations and overcrowding are commonplace. Here is an eyewitness account. Sometimes you have to wait for about 1 hour for the bus, number 2 for instance, although they were supposed to provide a bus every 20 minutes. At other times the drivers would shut the doors just in front of you if they see you running to catch the bus. Last summer, a bus driver crossed the line and closed the doors in front of a visible pregnant woman. Disgusting. And last year, I was riding the same dirty bus number 45 for several days, with Coca-Cola spilled on the floor, until they finally cleaned it. And as a Bristolian, you'll experience traffic congestion several times a day, but particularly during the rush hours. The eyewitness account continues. Have you ever tried to get a cab from Temple Meads in the evening? Or else waited for about an hour in a queue at the taxi rank? For what? Paying £4 up front without moving a millimetre, then seeing it ticking away as you stand yourself forward in Bristol's terrible road system. It can be challenging to understand a Bristolian when they're talking really fast. To be completely honest, it is hard to understand them even when they don't talk that fast. Take a look for yourself and see if you agree with me.
Prima donna of the Cara Rosa Opera Company. How's that?
You said prima donna.
Prima donna.
Is it Donald?
Donna.
There's no L on it. No L on the end of it.
Bristol can be expensive with high costs for housing, food and other necessities. It can be difficult to find affordable housing in Bristol, and many people live in small apartments or shared houses. Hipster is such a broad term that simply putting that label on a group of people is not enough. Bristol hipsters are a special breed, and, dare I say it, the men in Bristol are miles worse than their female counterpart, while Bristol hipster girls are a common breed found in most major cities. The Bristol male hipsters are men who think they were born with the pussy magnet strength of 10 out of 10, simply because they managed to grow a half-decent beard, play in a semi-locally known band, and work in the media. The sad truth is that beyond their exterior, there seems to be a distinct lack of beliefs and conviction, and they therefore have to top it up with as much craft beer, and pulled pork they can gather from grill stock. Before going, Bristol's one-way system is designed to make you late every day. It must have been a deeply consuming game. You know, when the Bristol Council was playing poker with Satan and lost its efficient road system and had to replace it with a plan resembling a maze. The name of the game is called, incidentally, Maze Craze. You don't know what you need when you're in a hurry. A bridge that will make it physically impossible for you to continue your journey and watches you wait there like a prick with no life for approximately 15 minutes. And if you think it's only one small bridge, what's the rage? Well, Bristol has 4 of them. 4 opportunities to test your patience. 4 bridges that will make you feel like you're a brain-hungry zombie, standing with your comrades on one side, about to run across this bridge like your life, or death, depends on it. Okay, let's sum it all up in a nicer way. Bristol's not perfect, but it is a pretty incredible city, whether you're coming here for a day trip or considering moving here. There's something in Bristol for everyone, but if you're coming to live here, it's important to assess exactly what you want and what neighbourhood will correspond with these. Some neighbourhoods, independent spirit, thriving art scene and iconic landmarks, Bristol is unquestionably one of the best places to live in the United Kingdom. Recognised worldwide for marching to its own beat, Bristol is the UK's only European Greens capital. It's been voted the best place to live outside of London, and if you're under 26, it's consistently listed in the Times Best Places to Live in the UK, and was the UK's first cycling city, and one of the best cities in the world for a beautiful bike ride. Bristol's the kind of place that grows with you. It's a vibrant and busy city, with so much to do any time of year, but it's also small enough that it feels like a community. It fuses old and new in its streets. It has both classic and architecture and modern hipster areas. It's diverse and liberal, and there are always fun new things to try. Well, thank you for getting to this stage. I hope you've enjoyed all you've seen. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff, particularly comment if you live in the city itself or near it, or you are a frequent visitor, because the best content is your feedback. I only know what from the information that I have gathered, so I'd love to know what you think of the city. In the next edition, we're going to look at the city of Liverpool, which has a population approaching 470,000, so substantially bigger than Bristol. That'll be in the next month, perhaps 2 months' time. So until then, thanks for viewing and see you again in the next video. And by the way, this is something for you. Bye. Bye bye. Bye.